So, this came out after my third appearance in The Bill. Each time playing a thug. Somebody came up to me and went, "Oh, I subscribe to Ford magazine and you're in it." I'm like, "Okay." And they kindly gave me their copy and said, "I think you should have this as you're in it." I've looked through it, and so I've had it ever since, for 26 years. And here we go. Fitting the bill. Actors have been pounding the beat on TV drama The Bill for over 16 years. We take you behind the scenes to show you how much work goes into making it happen. I have heard people saying that they're bringing it back. But yeah, they so this is the third episode I starred in 1998. We'd have shot this. I'd have been 16 years old. A friend of mine, another actor called Ben. It's Janine's brother from EastEnders. Really, really good fun. And I remember getting to be off school, filming like a chase scene. But yeah, this was the third time I was in it. Good old memories towards the start of my acting career journey. Sheltered Times. Now this is published by Havering, the London Borough of Havering, and it's put around a lot of the sheltered housing schemes for residents to read. And the reason we were putting this is because we were filming outside of Paul's residence, and they just so happened to be in the building. And they were, this is interesting. This is something different. I mean, when you're doing all this for years, you it's just a job. Obviously, you're very passionate about it and the craft of acting, but you sort of forget that, you know, to the average person as such, it's sort of exciting. So this is Brian Weston, who's recently deceased, bless him. He was a poet, and he did some bits and bobs in one of our films that we shot that did quite well at the British Film Institute, and it was screened at the British Film Institute and went on to win 4 awards. Here we are. So from Queen's Street to film set, this is myself and Paul, God rest his soul, on the set of Unborn Justice, which was an action thriller directed by Sean Cronin, who's a star of Mission Impossible and Harry Potter. James Bond is in lots of big movies. Colin Svaley and other actor friends, obviously Daniel Egan there, Brian Brashear. On the set of Burnt Toast in Dagenham. That was a comedy series. Good fun. Good fun. So yeah. So yeah, this year marks a century since the 18th Amendment to the United States Constitution began a period in American history known as Prohibition, which was obviously through 1819, I believe, to 1919. It was like 100 years or so. When I did a bit of research on Prohibition as the cast of the film. And this is some of the shots. Here I am there. Lovely guys, involved with this. Yeah, so they featured this in, we shot a lot of it round Kent. So, it was all about bootlegging and moonshine. And, yeah, I featured us in here. Yeah, so I read a lot. I like autobiographies. I read a lot of fiction as well. Lee Child's my favourite author. Read all of his books. There's a script that I wrote, Family Affair. New York Guide. Been to America several times. Live in Essex. Bodybuilding Encyclopedia. Got 2 of these. This is an up-to-date one. The original one I got years and years ago when I was a teenager, and I followed it and have been bodybuilding for years and years. $30 years or so. 30 years of WrestleMania. Gangsters. I did a little bit of research and all that for the film Prohibition, which I just showed you guys. Find out all about that stuff. James Dean, Marlon Brando. What we got in here? Movie stars, Hollywood stars, general knowledge quiz book, Madonna's book. I think that was my mum's. I don't know how that's there actually. Brilliant book. Stephanie Meyer, Breaking Dawn. Read all the Twilight books. Absolutely love them. Dean Koontz, that was Paul's favourite author. He said, you've got to read this book, you'll love it. And I did love it. The Face. Another book there that was given to me by Michael Dealey at an event. He produced several big Hollywood movies. Blade Runner, Deer Hunter with Robert De Niro. I had to make a Hollywood caliber movie on a budget of next to nothing. Well, we pretty much did that with Mother's Child. Hence all the great reviews on there. Hacksaw Jim Duggan's autobiography. I met him and had a big long chat with him and his wife. Lovely people. To Swaley. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He was inducted into the WWF Hall of Fame, WWE Hall of Fame, should I say, in 2011. Loved reading it. Jake the Snake Roberts, the best man at his wedding. Really nice behind the scenes for any wrestling fan. That was gifted to me by Hacksaw. Fury, good read. These are all the scripts that I've written over the last 5 years. We've got The Team Efforts, which is about professional wrestling. Mindset, which is a thriller based on a true story of a friend of mine. Broken Love, written by Paul Gardner, Swaley Lock name. About a story that I came up with. We sat there during lockdown and we're not just going to sit around, we're going to be productive. Let's get writing. And together we worked very well. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have had a Mother's Child. Simple as that. Boxing Clever. Film about boxing, Game Changer. Written by me and Paul in 2021. Ooh. Some Kind of Karma. Written by Paul, co-written by Swaley. That's a thriller. Between the Ropes. Based around a true story. And it's about boxing. A friend of mine that was a very good boxer. A Man Torn. Dark psychological thriller. Again, based on a true story, written in the 2020 during the between 2 and 3 lockdown. It took us about 6 weeks to get the final draft together after several rough drafts. Nothing to Happiness. This is based on a true story about Paul's life when things went pretty bad for him, and then by chance he went out, wasn't planned, and he met the love of his life and everything, you know, she was very supportive and he managed to turn things around. So that's a lovely story. The Arrangement. Yeah, we wrote that, me and Paul, again during that horrible, depressing time of COVID. Took advantage of all the, you know, having all the staying indoors and having all this time. So another one, The Arrangement. We turned that one into a series and we shot that. The Robbery. This one was shot and this was sent out to, this was 2019, to festivals and whatnot. Did quite well. Some of my other books in here: Stephen King, Johnny Cash autobiography, George Clooney's, Brad Pitt, Heath Ledger, Christian Stewart, and there's obviously some of my lead child there. We've got other books here: Talking Pictures, Barry Norman, 24, another lead child there, Hollywood Stars, I showed you earlier. Yeah, The Descendants. It was a George Clooney film. So yeah, I like me reading it. For me, it's the best way to relax. It's good for your, I think, your mindset, your head, you know. I think if you're reading, it's stimulating. And when I read, I'm envisioning in my own head, like the set and whatnot. Whereas if you watch a movie, you're seeing the director's vision. Spotlight, show people's phone numbers, but yeah, Spotlight, just scribbles, and looks like Shana got her hands on it. That's my pad for the auditions and whatnot, so I'd have probably kept that, I imagine, because everything that Shana drew on or touched I keep. I've got a whole cupboard full at my house. This is just my apartment, and this is basically where my collection of retro, vintage collectibles is kept safe, and my work-related stuff. If I do table reads, if I do Zoom meetings, if I'm rehearsing, memorising lines and dialogue, I will come here. Yeah. So yeah, this is us out for a meal with some of our American friends in Las Vegas. Rio, great place. It's me and Charles Dance, who was in Last Action Hero playing the villain against Arnie. And obviously now he's in Game of Thrones, and he was in The Crown. One lovely guy. That was us working together on a film, 2019. Some of my other stuff, and picked that up at Warner Brothers Film Studio in Hollywood. Got this in Florida, Universal Studios, my favourite place on earth. California, Hollywood one, and the Florida one. People say to me, which one's the best? Which one should I go to? If I had to pick one, it would be... I think Hollywood one's got the slight edge because of the way it's located up on the hills there and the view. And there's a, you know, it's slightly bigger, I'd say, but the Florida one is still amazing, and it's more realistic. If you don't want to fly that extra 5 hours, if you don't want to spend that extra money, go to Florida. They're both great. So some of the coins that I had made when I was in Universal Studios. This is Florida, Orlando, my favourite place on earth, where I will be moving to at some stage. 6 months out the year there and 6 months here in the UK. My Rugged Americans coin collection. Quite rare coins there. Titanic, certificate of authenticity for a piece of the coal that was in the boiler room on the Titanic, which I've got put away. And there's another bit of the coal, limited edition. Should have a number on here somewhere. It's one of so many. That's actually going to be on some of the paperwork here. Piece of the coal. Got that in Vegas. Some film stuff. This was given to me from the guy that did the Prohibition shoot. Some short films, film festivals I've attended. An invoice I got from ITV for starring in one of their shows. Horror on Sea membership for the festival there. Some cups that were gifted to me from production. Back to the Future. That had come from Orlando, Florida. Do like to travel around and see new things. There's a new pad for Spotlight, which is any professional actor is on Spotlight. Without Spotlight, you won't get the castings for the big things, you know, so it'd just be all the amateur stuff. Like, so Spotlight, not easy to get on, but very good if you are. I've done many great jobs through them since 1996, should I say. And here we go. I'm flying from here to America, which we're going to do again very soon with Shana.
Good afternoon and welcome once again to In the Hot Seat with Deborah Fenella. Hope you're all having a blessed day. And today's guest in the hot seat, who's very busy actually on film set, is Swaley Loughnane. Now Swaley is not only a movie director and a movie producer, script writer, but he's also an actor as well. And we've been really lucky actually to be able to get hold of him today because we've had
pressurised to going back into crime and that being his only option. So it's all, yeah, it's pretty intense stuff, you know.
So who actually wrote the script for the movie? Did you actually write it, Swaley?
Yes I did. Yeah, it's one of the ones I've written. I've been doing shorts ever since. I've just done although I've acted in feature films, I've just directed my first feature film, which was called Mother's Child. That was last year, we did that one. So yeah. Strength to strength, but we've been very lucky to meet a lot of lovely people along the way and some real hard-working professionals, you know.
It certainly is, because you know, I know myself being an actress from like childhood, like yourself. there's a lot of hanging around on film set, isn't there? 'Cause you could actually be on film set for a good 12 hours, and until it's actually your time to go on set, there is a lot of sitting around, so you do have to be very patient, don't you? But during that time, you can actually make some new friends, and you never know who you're talking to at the end of the day. Because I remember first meeting you on the film set of the last hours of Johnny Cash for Autopsy, and I played Roseanne Cash.
I remember working with you. Yeah, that's where we met on the Johnny Cash. I played Johnny.
It was.
And it was lovely seeing that. When a friend of mine from New York, it's played on a channel called the Reels channel several times in Los Angeles and New York, and I'm like, when are you going to play it in the UK? You know.
I haven't seen it yet. When you shared on Facebook that it's actually on, I've been looking on like Amazon and Netflix, and unfortunately I haven't actually seen it myself because I was in the funeral scene. So it'd be really, lovely to be able to watch it.
Hi, my name is Daniel Egan and I'm an actor, and I was in Star Wars A Rogue One Story. I played two characters, a Death Trooper and a Partisan. And I'd like to say hello to all my fans, and especially 80s and 90s retro collector. Thank you.